So, suicide is the third leading cause of death among youth aged 10 to 24, and 90% of those who commit suicide have an underlying mental illness. Almost everyone suffers from some kind of anxiety or depression throughout their life, whether it is severe or not. I myself have suffered from anxiety for several years, and I've often been told that the best way to get through it is to man up. I also participated in SMILE, which is a club at my high school which stood for Student Mental Illness Learning Effort. We volunteered at several events and raised lots of money towards mental health. Today, I'll be speaking about the cruel and unjust stigma behind mental health and the American Mental Health Association of San Francisco, an organization that you can donate to. It is extremely important that those who need help are able to access it, and a group of concerned citizens realized this in 1947. They established the San Francisco Mental Hygiene Society, which was later renamed to its current name 10 years later. The Mental Health Association of San Francisco does a stellar job promoting advocacy, research, and education, all towards mental health. A world where the mentally ill are better taken care of is a safer and more humane society for everyone. Today, I will discuss why mental health is important, what the organization does, and how it is making the world a better place for those who suffer from mental health issues. It is absolutely necessary that those who are suffering are able to access the resources that they need. While it might seem uncommon, mental health issues are extremely prevalent among people of all ages, and they can result in very negative outcomes when untreated. For example, a study done by The New Yorker shows that 80% of the population believes that mental illnesses are responsible for incidents of violent behavior. This essentially means that 80% of the population associate mental health with violent crimes. This is a horrifying statistic, for it's completely wrong to blame mental health for these incidents. If we can change this negative stigma, then those who feel different or embarrassed about their mental health problems will feel more accepted and be more likely to get help. This will also hopefully result in the public becoming more informed and aware. I'll now be discussing an organization that promotes advocacy towards mental health, the Mental Health Association of San Francisco. According to their website, MHASF has been leading San Francisco in mental health advocacy, research, and education for over 70 years. In the early 1950s, they issued a national call to asylums all over the nation, asking for their discarded chains and shackles. They then melted these bindings and recast them into the mental health bell, which is the symbol of their organization today. Their mission is to cultivate peer leadership, build community, and advance social justice in mental health. They have both career and volunteer options so that those who want to help can, as well as a 24-hour warm line for people who need help themselves. They also offer program support, have lots of fundraising events, and provide the internships as well as the opportunities to advocate through social media. You can always donate to raise awareness about the organization or become a member. I will now discuss the effectiveness of this organization and why it is important that they remain thriving. It is extremely essential that we maintain organizations that focus on mental health. According to the National Alliance on Mental Illnesses, 1 in 5 children aged 5 to 18 have a mental illness. Adults who suffer from these issues are usually the result of something that happened during their childhood. So if we can address this problem at a young age, it is more likely that they will be able to live the rest of their life without these issues. However, those who do suffer can become a potential threat to the safety of other humans, which we have unfortunately had to experience many times. Lately in the media, mental health has often been used as a scapegoat for those who do not know what to blame for these incidents. It is important that the public knows how irrational this is. Remember, just because you aren't directly affected by it doesn't mean that you won't be affected by someone else that is. Mental health is by far one of the most important issues in our society today, for it puts both those who are affected and those who are not at risk. It is necessary that we improve the stigma surrounding mental health, for it makes those who suffer feel isolated and different, which can often lead to a troubled upbringing. The Mental Health Association of San Francisco is working extremely hard through advocacy and research, but it is up to common people as well. Your voice can be quite an advocate, and it's important that we all use ours. Almost everyone is affected by mental health at some point in their life, and it would be much more beneficial for all humans if we lived in a world without negative stigma. So donate, volunteer, or advocate for mental health.